Great morning. It is Monday, June 21st. Pull out some cards and let's see what we have this morning. What is going to be the topic of the morning? Okay, first card out is four-legged. Endurance. Endurance. Okay. Next card out is the Ancient Ones. The Ancient Ones and the Lower World. The Lower World. Okay. Okay, so, of course, we talk about the lower world. You know, these are the dark places, dark mind, dark, dark dramas. The lower world. Who wants to actually live in a lower world? Okay. And if we are in, our thing of a lower world here is being like in depression or again engaging in the negative thoughts, negative drama, if that's where your focus is, then you just continue to create more and more of the same, and you live in that dark, lower world. Okay. But, if you listen to the advice and the wisdom of the ancient ones that have, done the path, completed a path, and they're out there to give you a map of how to go forward, you can get out of that. You can get out of whatever it is, drama that you've got your mind cranking on, that you pull yourself out into a pity party, or if only, oh, woe is me, nobody knows the trouble I've seen, and get in the pity party, but you can pull yourselves out of it if you go to, the ancient practices, okay, of, just continuing. So now we come up to the four-legged, endurance. The animals don't whine and cry and complain. Okay, they just continue to go forward. They continue no matter what comes up. You don't see them whine and cry and complain. You see that, they lose a leg or whatever. They just get up and they keep going. Okay, they keep going. Okay, endurance. They just continue on with what's here now. I don't think they get lost in this past, oh, if only, and poor me saga. They stay with what's present now. Now, I have to take that back. I have to walk that back a little bit, because if you see a dog that's been really abused or something, they will be fearful at first. But they can come out of it pretty quickly. They can come out of it and get on with things, okay? And they endure. They're not complaining about the cold, or they're not complaining about any of the things that are going on that they've had to deal with. They just continue forward, okay? And do the best they can do with what they have, okay? So that's something we can learn definitely from the animals, is they are not consumed by ego about this body, and I'm here for X amount of time. They're not as attached to the form as people are, okay? So they don't stay, they don't stay wrapped up in the saga of depression and this and that. Their focus is on living their life and just getting on with it, okay? So that's something we could definitely learn from the animals, okay? They're here and they go with the flow of nature, okay? Doesn't mean that they don't have difficult times. You know, you've got the snakes that are eating the birds, and the birds that are eating the insects, and the insects that are, you know, we've got the chain coming down, and that's just, unfortunately, on this planet, that's part of the chain of what's here, okay? But we can pull ourselves out of these lower worlds. Now, this morning I saw, I'm going to try to put up the link, and I'll give you the timestamp where it stops. There is a Buddhist oracle. It's one of the Dharma protectors that are coming through, and really they're talking about karma and the mind, that if you have a body, you should really be focusing on taking care of the mind. Again, you know, this is the whole thing we transition through, states of consciousness. What kind of a lens are you seeing through? And know that karma is real. If you just live your life based on karma, then you would live your life from honesty, integrity, transparency, sacredness, and simplicity. Okay? If you live with those modalities, you can't go wrong. Because don't forget, your next life depends on what you're doing in this lifetime. Your next life is depending on what you're doing in this lifetime. If you are lying and cheating and doing these types of things, then the next life you have is not going to be a happy one. Look at Trump. All his life he has lied, he has cheated, he has, you know, the next life he'll probably wind up being a beggar. And nobody will help him because he has used and abused people the whole way along. Or ones like Nityananda that have been out there and they've stolen land, stolen money, say karma doesn't apply to him, it doesn't apply to my students, just go out and be as rude and crude as you can be, you know, go out and attack people, ruin them, you know. If you're not doing that, you're doing guru droha. You're not protecting your guru. Well, there's nothing about that. That's not a genuine thing out there, telling people to attack other people. That's you know, that's again another, that's when you exchange the dark, you exchange the light for the dark. And you're preaching and giving people things to do out there which are causing them to fall in their karma rather than being raised up. They go into dark actions and wind up causing more karma for themselves. Well, he's really, really, like I've said, I would not want to be him because if you understand karma, you're not going to do anything to cause karmic retribution. Okay? You'll give the best you can give all the time. Again, you know, the only thing you can take with you is your integrity. Okay? So if you have not been a person of integrity, what are you taking with you? You can't take name and fame and fortune and any of that. It doesn't go with you on the other side. The only thing you can take is if you have been a person of integrity, okay? That you take with you, but the rest of it stays here. So anyway, it's a good talk. Basically, this one coming through is talking about the whole of the Buddhist Dharma is what it comes out to. So I'll try to put the link up in there if people are interested in that talk. I'll put up the link and I'll tell you where it begins. And it lasts actually for quite some time. I haven't gotten through the whole thing where it ends yet. But yeah, basically the talk on that is about, you know, don't waste your human form. It's difficult to get a human form, and you should run your life based on karma. Okay? You do good deeds, you get good deeds back. Now, you may not see it this lifetime, or you may not see the repercussions to your actions in this lifetime, but trust me, it's coming. And that's why I said, you know, the ones like Trump, you think he's going to get away with it? They're not going to get away with it. Even if they got away with it in this lifetime, you would not want to be in his shoes for the next number of lifetimes, okay? Because, you know, the mind knows what you're doing. Your consciousness knows what you're doing. The divine is, which is in your spiritual makeup, which is, you know, your seed state, knows exactly what you're doing. You can't fool God. You can't fool the universal divine energy of is. Okay? You can fool others. You can try to fool yourself, but you're caught. They know 100% what you're doing every moment of the day, every thought, every action, every energy you are putting out there. It is known 100%. Okay? So these ones that think they can get away with something, you don't get away with anything. It's going to come back 100%. Okay? So, you know, use wisdom. Okay? Again, if you're going to focus on dark thoughts and poor me and drama, then that's what the mind is going to continue to create. You'll create a bigger and bigger and bigger soap opera, okay, where you are the main player. Now, if you want that to change in your life, then you need to change your thoughts and change your actions, and then bit by bit, things are going to change. It'll get better. It'll get better, okay? But as long as one is in that poor me saga and drama, and lashing out, and you know, whatever it is that one is doing, okay, it can be turned around, but you are the one that has to change your thoughts, change your actions, okay, step by step, to move forward, to come to a still mind. You know, that's why the practices we give out are to aid you to go into witness state, so you can watch the mind, how it's working, what's happening, how it affects the form, you know, and what's coming out of it. That's a big part of the path, okay? Big part of the path. To get to the seed state, to get to the quietude, to get to that peace which passes understanding. And it's possible to do. It is possible to do. But it takes, again, it takes being able to witness and question and watch and see how these things are acting and reacting. Okay, and then making changes to go forward. So I'm going to leave this here. Love and light. See you online.